If you're new here, welcome in. My name is Jane. I'm a psychic and energy intuitive, and this channel is to help you connect with your own guides. It's to help you to learn your own psychic way and your own psychic path, and to activate your psychic channel. Okay, Spirit. So today is going to be a lesson. Spirit says that a change is needed and that there's something that needs to be put back into balance, and that while I was preparing this reading and pulling out the cards and writing down the messages that Spirit wanted me to relay today, I heard, Houston, we have a problem. So this has been, I've been off the past few days, like my energy has been really off. And I believe it's because I was supposed to do this reading a few days ago and I didn't get around to doing it. And since then, I've had this like really off energy. So they're bringing up about a cycle and a closure, and that there is a finality about this that's related to this closure, and it has to do with distinct paths. Now, they brought up, I'm getting the impression that it's two paths, because when I try to write down the word path, they had me add an S to it. So they're urging you at this time to do some kind of reflection about all of the things that are in existence. And they're saying about that you need to recognize these subtle changes in your life. Okay, so they wanted me to talk about, there's a spirit, the spirit realm wants to bring a clarity to you, and they're talking about a psychic truth. Now, with a psychic truth, okay, before that, okay, so they want me to mention about this, how, what this change that is needed. They're saying that it's the change that's needed is between the physical and the spiritual realm, and that you could be feeling like really off, just as like I've been feeling off. Now, this is like a warning or a potential threat or some kind of toxic people or situation. They're trying to alert you with this lesson today. So they're saying that they want to call out to you, for you to, with that reflection, to call, to heighten your awareness. So they're saying to seek a deeper understanding, especially during times of confusion or uncertainty. And I think that you've been going through some of that. They've also, and I always use the words I think, but really it's not that I think, it's like I'm hearing that. And it's because it's implanted in my mind. I just take it as I think, but I know it's not, I think it is actually, I'm hearing it or I'm feeling that. That's the energy I'm reading. Okay, so now they want me to discuss the psychic truth. Now, with psychic truth, like when you first start out on your psychic journey, you might not think the same way that you did when you started. So, um, you're you become like not close to the people that you were once close to. And, some people will even fall away, and, it's okay. And just allow this to happen, because with this transition, um, it could feel really different, and it can be throwing you off a little bit. So it's throwing off, your energy is not what it used to be. So what you started when you first start, like if you started my readings and you've been like following along, maybe someone that's been here from the beginning, um, or even just new, it doesn't matter, I suppose, wherever you are on your journey, if you've tuned in, you're going to learn a lot, and it's going to help excel you into your own psychic journey. So this is a really important lesson that they really need you to pay attention to today. So we're going to get into that. Now, when you have that transition of moving more into your psychic energy, and less into your 3D reality. Uh, you can be, because you don't recognize that energy within you. I don't know if people are understanding, if you're understanding me, but I'm going to keep moving on. Hopefully you will understand, you'll resonate with it. But what happens is, because your energy is shifting into a higher density, okay, spirit, that you can be deceived by energies that are hidden from you. Now, you could be, because you're feeling different, you're not really reading energies as maybe you have before. So during this transition, rogue spirits and imposter guides can step in, because when you're going through like changes and like DNA changes and emotional clearings and healing and all the, you know, education that comes with it, like, you know, all of it, when you're going through all that and you start changing the way you think and feel, you don't recognize that energy within you at the time that this transition is happening. You know what I mean? When when the galactic realm and the spiritual realm and Gaia and all, like the sun, when everything is all like working together in unison, it's changing your body, it's changing your soul, it's changing, like your soul's resonating, but your body's a little bit, takes a little bit longer, and of course the mind is, you know, one of those interference things. But so what I'm getting is that there's rogue spirits and imposter guides are at play here. So they're saying that if they want you to practice some energy reading. And they're saying that how you can recognize these imposter guides or these rogue spirits that can like sneak in and pass off as your guides. You can hear like low vibrational messages, things such as like anger or hurtful words, or even lies. Like they could, you know, you could even like, they could even like have you like say lies. And you know, this is why it's so important to always speak your truth. And you know, and this is not, you know, when you're hearing, when you're getting these low vibrational energies, and you're feeling these low vibrational energies within your day, you know, these are not coming from a true guide. So they're advising you to tune in, and if it feels off, then it is like, go with that, listen to that, pay attention to that. So what you do when you're like feeling these kind of energies, they want you to ask for your archangels to assist you. Um, so what you do is you just stay really calm and you put yourself in like a gratitude state, and you ask them to assist with any false or misleading spirits or imposter guides, and just sit back and stay calm and let your feelings come in, and feel like gratitude and joy and harmony. And you know, just don't think those energies, but actually feel that energy. Okay, spirit. So so basically what they're saying is, when you're feeling like hurtful words come through like your mind, or like small changes in your energy, they want you to be alert and pay attention to that. Okay, spirit. So we're going to move on here. And they're going to ask me to pull one of these cards, and we're going to set that aside and read that at the end of the reading, because this is going to be some information they want us to know. Now, also, I was getting, I've got the chills, are moving in quick. So I have, there was a lot of clarity brought through by, I was seeing grasshoppers, crows, chipmunks. Well, actually, that's wrong. I was hearing chipmunks, squirrels, owls. I was hearing them. And that was, they were bringing in this message today. Now, I was seeing the crows, the snake, and the grasshoppers. So, okay. Also, they were showing me symbols. They were showing me the square, the triangle, a circle. They were showing me the Merkaba, and they were also showing me rainbows and the symbol of the affinity symbol. Okay, Spirit. So we're going to move on here. And what card do you want me to pull out for this group? Okay. Okay. The one on the bottom. Nature, cosmic foundation. Create a foundation of love, trust, joy, and compassion, bringing grace and flow to your life. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I don't know if you can see this in the cards, but there's like a sun energy here with the light, and it's a person that is, and it's on their head, and they got their arms up touching it. I don't know if that's something that, ooh, I'm getting frequency as well coming in here. And before I started this, I was getting my third eye was buzzing. Oh my God, the Merkaba, wow, Spirit. And the triangle and the circle is in the middle of that. Look at that. The flower of life. Oh my goodness. There's a person at the bottom here. So take back your power by clearing your fears and trusting in the universe. Oh wow, Spirit. I'm going to tell you, this is like really profound because they're showing literally the Merkaba, the triangle, the circle. Oh, and the crystal, yeah, because they were talking about the quartz. Wow, oh my goodness, you know what? If you look at the top of this, you can see the affinity symbol. Like, at least from my perspective, it looks like the affinity symbol here. The snake, yeah, the snake spirit. Okay, this is a very beautiful card. And this, oh, you know what? This has angels here. This little person, this has angel wings. Those are wings. Wow. Okay. And you know what? It brought out all those rainbow colors too. There's actual rainbows in that. Okay. All right, Spirit, where do you want me to begin? Number 4. Yeah, number 4. That's that stability. Bringing in this new foundation. Okay. They're bringing in a cosmic foundation for you. Okay, so when they were talking about reading the energy, they were talking about going into, like when you go into a room to feel it, like just stop, like before you cross a threshold going into a room, like stop at the threshold in the room that you're in and like center yourself, ground yourself, and then step in to the next room and take a moment to feel the energy in that room. So, because, like if say there was an argument with somebody in that room and then you step into it, you're going to feel that, right? Okay. Let's see what messages Spirit wants us to know here today. I'm really curious here what they want us to know. Throat portal. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. And they got the circle and the triangle again. And you know what? I'm going to tell you, they had me use my throat. Oh, I feel pressure on my chest too. Spirit. Number 10. Okay. They had me use my throat cleansing tool. Truth, courage, and expression. God, this green light. Okay. So, trust. Okay. Trust. Trust. Number 42. Doubts, insecurity, patience. Okay. So, I think you're not trusting in the right thing here. There's, oh my goodness, the heart portal, number 20. And then, okay, that's not number 10, that's number 40. Why did I think that was a 10? Okay, love, receptivity, and mistrust. Look at that. Okay, so you're not trusting in the universe, spirit. What's going on with this individual here? Okay, so individuals. Okay, so evolution is number 1. Oh my God, I just realized it's trust. Look how much they brought out trust. They brought out trust in this card, and now trust here, and now love, receptivity, and mistrust here. Okay, so you're not trusting what is happening here, and you're not speaking your truth. Again, they're talking about that truth, the psychic truth. Look, sanctuary. Okay, so we have number 35 here, sanctuary, healing, comfort, and restoration. And you know what? 35 is also can be an 8. So that's the affinity. Okay, so, oh my God, a third eye portal. Intuition, focus, and confusion. You know, and that's what they were talking about too. They were talking about when you're going through that confusion, they're talking about that's the time that you need to seek a deeper understanding, especially the times of confusion and uncertainty. So they're asking you, they're calling for you to heighten your awareness. Okay. You know, I'm going to tell you too that there's been an awful lot of it's been really hard for me to get this reading going, and it's been really hard to not have a lot of interruptions here. Now, you'll see here underneath they have number 2, and you know, they were talking about these 2 distinct paths, that there were 2 paths in the very beginning of my download here in the pre-download, and they were talking about urging that reflection, about all that's in existence, and to recognize the subtle changes that are going on in your life. And you'll see here this card is attachment. So I believe that you're getting an attachment, you know, and it's funny too because they brought up the word prosperity, and you'll see that in this one is a lot about gold and prosperity here, but actually it's an attachment. So they're talking about, okay, about the false things here. They're talking about the toxic relationships or toxic situations, you know, a potential threat. There's some kind of an attachment here. You're being led falsely, either by a rogue spirit, imposter guides, or somebody in your life or situation. They're trying to alert you about something. I'm not really sure what that represents for you, but the number 2 is something that I actually brought out about the 2 paths and how there's a closure or some type of finality about it, because you know you'll see here with all these colors, like all these spirals here, and you'll have like, I mean, these are a lot of portals that are going on here, and these are all the higher chakras. You know, you got your heart, your throat, and your third eye here. Okay, spirit. All right, so we need to find out what is going on and what you need to deal with. So I don't know if you need these three. You're definitely seeing these symbols. Now, I don't know if you need these three are being worked on or they're being manipulated. I feel that these three chakras of yours are being manipulated in your energy. Okay, hold on. My cat needs to go out. Yes. Okay. Okay, here we go here. So, Maya, divine intervention, weigh up your options, choose the highest good. Yeah, okay, divine intervention. Okay, this is what this, because this is a lesson today. They're trying to bring this energy so that you can understand what could be happening. Okay, Spirit. Metatron and Sandalphon, sacred connection, spirit, synchronicity, divine connection, understanding lessons. Understanding lessons. And this is, I just finished saying that. It's on the bottom. Commander Ashtar, leadership activation. Time to evolve. Trust in your ability to guide others. You know, they keep bringing up the trust. Time to evolve. Okay, I think you're at the point where you need to make a choice here. Inner fire. Let your passion lead you to your purpose. Okay, that will lead you to your prosperity because that's what they're saying. The change is needed here. Okay, Spirit. Is there another card? One more. Okay. Look, they pulled it back out again. Spirit. Well, Mary Magdalene, sacred vessel, you are the answer. Be guided to your purpose. And see all these rainbow colors? My gosh, Spirit. And it's, you know, the gold as well, too, right? Wow. Because they were bringing up a lot about the gold. Isis came out reclaiming magic, call back your power, and what is rightfully yours. Yes, because if, okay, so they want you to ask your archangels to assist you. Ask them. Ask the angels. You can ask Metatron, Sandalphon. You can ask Archangel Raphael, because that's, I believe, who that is. You can ask for Michael. So yeah. And you know, you'll see here that they're talking about this portal, and he's lighting up his heart, his higher heart chakra here. Yeah. Okay. That actually looks like a dragonfly in a way. You know, the way from my point of view here. Okay. Okay, so they're asking me to bring out one of these cards here. So there's a card in here. Oh my goodness. Hold on, the cat wants to come back in. Hold on. You're welcome. He's here for this reading. And you know what? I'm going to tell you, cats are protectors in this with the spirit realm. So they can see, you know, they can see beyond the veil. Yes, Spirit, thank you. Okay, Spirit, what do you want us to know here? Okay. Still waters, number 11. Wow. So you see this reflection too, right? You know what? When you're like they were talking about here, like, you know, see, I was being drawn. They've been showing me butterflies. So they want me to talk about the butterflies. So they're saying how when you start your journey and you're feeling one way and you're thinking one way, and you're when you start feeling like kind of like disconnected from other people, or I don't know if disconnected's the right word, but when you start going into when you start evolving, like they're talking about, like even this card here is your evolution here. Number first things happening is, when you're going through that and you start feeling that disconnect, and you start like not feeling so close to the people or resonating with them anymore, it's really kind of off-putting in a way. And it can kind of bring you into like a concerning type confusion or uncertainty energy. So, but that's part of the journey of opening your psychic ability. So just so that you know that, and try to keep that in mind. Now, they want me to read something about the Still Waters card here. I don't know what is about in this card, but I think this is where you just need to still your mind, I would think. Okay, number 11. And number 11 is a very powerful number. Okay, so patience and rejuvenation. That's what this card is also. Still Waters, patience and rejuvenation here. Okay, the message, be patient. If you are feeling stuck, the universe may be trying to allow. Oh, sorry, hold on. Okay, so the message is be patient. If you are feeling stuck, the universe may be trying to slow you down for a reason. Use this time to turn within, rest, and regroup. At exactly the right moment, life will be ready to take off again. So this is what's going on. They need you to stop whatever you're doing, whatever practice you're doing, whatever meditation you're doing. They just need you to stop right now, and they need you to call in your guides, and they need this cleansed. Okay. You'll notice that they have like the peace pipe here, you have your totem, you have the water, you have the dream catchers. She's got the reflection. She's the completely the reflection here. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So the symbolism here of the totem and the feathers, the dream catcher. Yeah. There's even like a hatchet here. Okay. So they need you to see things for what they are at this time. Okay, so what else message here that you want me to read? There's a lot more here. What is it? Okay. So they want me to read both of these things here. So they're saying here that working with still waters, be still and let it flow. So this is like being like bringing yourself into this calm energy that they were talking about, like when you were asking your archangels to come and assist you to stay calm and put yourself into a state of peace, harmony, and gratitude. Okay. And so they're saying here to working with the still waters, be still and let it flow. Sit comfortably, close your eyes, and drop into a place of stillness. Imagine you are looking at a lake. Take note of how choppy the waters are. Waves on the lake represent how settled your emotions are at present. Set yourself the task of calming your inner waters by visualizing a perfectly calm and tranquil lake. If you mind if your mind wanders, bring yourself back to that image. You may imagine dragonflies. Oh my god, I was just talking about dragonflies here. Or other animals in the landscape around you. Just observe and ask yourself what they mean to you. So again, you could be, for this reading, you could be seeing grasshoppers, crows, chipmunks, squirrels, owls, snakes, or hearing grasshoppers, crows, chipmunks, squirrels, owls. And obviously, I don't know if you can hear a snake, but spend as long as you need in this peaceful space, then open your eyes. Okay. So now, I mean, you can do that when you're asking your guides and allow them to come and pull these false energies away from you. Okay, so sacred water, alchemy, moonlight, dream catcher. So it says you will need a bowl of water and a selection of crystals connected to the water element. Now, they did bring up the crystal, like the clear quartz. So the clear quartz is about cleansing. So you can be like, when you're doing like the first part, you can be like holding or have clear crystal around quartz around you. But for this particular thing here, they want you to do is get a bowl of water, like I said, and use crystals that are part of the water element, and those are ocean jasper, aquamarine, turquoise, and larimar. So on a full moon, place a bowl of water by your window and surround the bowl with crystals in a grid. You can use the crystals in the suits of this deck. What? Okay, you can use the crystals in the suits of this deck. I don't know what that means. Okay, so dedicate the grid to the elemental spirits of water and the subconscious. Ask them to illuminate and amplify your core dreams in the moonlight and water. Water is an incredible manifesting tool, and like the waters of the womb, can help to bring thought into physical form, bringing your desires to fruition. In the morning, gift the water to earth, to ground your wish into reality. Sleep with the crystals under your pillow until the next full moon. So, any guidance about how to take action towards your goals can enter your dreams. And you know, they were bringing up about your purpose. They were bringing up a lot about your purpose. Okay, so if you do that, that will be very helpful. Now, what else do you want here, Spirit? Okay, so they're asking me to bring out this deck here. Oh, okay. They want me to read this card. So keep calm under pressure. No joke. What does this say here? Muashi? I don't know. Muashi said, do not be misled by the reactions of your own body. That's that feeling the energy, feeling that shift here that you're okay. So let's see what it says. Keep calm under pressure. Conflict or confrontation of any kind results as an increased heart rate, leading to bad decisions. The same is true for emotional situations in life. Anger, fear, elation, laughter, and even bliss will take over your body and your mind so that you lose conscious direction. Breathe deeply, remain calm, and your faculties will return to normal, helping you to make the correct decisions. Okay, Spirit. All right. Whoa. Jeez, okay. I think you're flicking the card at me. Okay, let me bring up. They want another one here. Let's see. Okay, guess it's this one. Be confident in your decisions. Oh my God, and then practice self-controls right under that. Okay. That's with that practice that they were talking about. Develop more than one tactic. Wow. Okay. Be confident in your decisions. What does it say here on this side? Well, she said, crossing at a ford occurs often in a man's lifetime. It means setting sail even when your friends say stay in harbor, knowing the soundness of your ship and the favor of that day. Yeah, see, and this is where they're talking about like you moving past, leaving these people behind or energies behind. Okay, consider the options. Then, when you have decided which way to go, believe in your decision. Conduct yourself with assurance. Take full advantage of your strengths. Water never goes over anything it can go around, and yet few things can stop it. Similarly, the warrior must learn to recognize the most and advantageous path before him. Musashi, I think that's the name, turns this strategy crossing at a fond. Okay. Okay, so be confident. Keep calm under pressure. Be confident in your decisions and practice self control here. What does it say? Musashi said, when your opponent is hurrying recklessly, you must act contrarily and keep calm. You must not be influenced by the opponent. Yeah, so this, you really do have like something going on. It's either people or situations or these energies, these rogue spirits or imposter guides. Practice self-control. Self-control is an important asset as it allows us to respond rather than react. This skill is like a muscle. Each time we use it, it tires out a little. Using it constantly can be exhausting and is not sustainable. Okay, let me read this again. Self-control is an important asset. It as it allows us to respond rather than to react. This skill is like a muscle. Each time we use it, it tires us out a little. Using it constantly can be exhausting and is not sustainable. Using it in small doses, however, helps us build up that muscle over time so it becomes stronger and is available to use when we need it. Okay, so that's what they're talking about because what's going on is that you're having these rogue, as you're becoming into your psychic abilities, you could be listening to a false guide here. And that, happens, I think, a lot more than people want to admit that it does because um, when you're shifting into your psychic journey, when you're shifting into those energies, these are unfamiliar to you. And there's no, you don't have a way to judge, you know what I mean? Like you have your intuition, but that does get a little bit confused when you're going through these upgrades and changes. Yeah. Okay. So they just need you to bring your awareness to this so that you can recognize that subtle change that's going on because they are subtle, but that's how you know. You know because you'll be getting like these negative thoughts or negative, you'll be hearing negative things or negative thoughts will be implanted into your mind or into your heart. You know what I mean? So they're using, and then like you could be saying things too, like it'll have you say these things. So they're using, they're manipulating your intuition and so your focus is off and it's causing like a confusion here. Yeah. So, you have to stay into that love and being receptive to accepting these energies, right? But you're mistrusting your heart. You're mistrusting your intuition here because they're bringing up a lot about the truth, the trust, the suppression, and the you know what I mean. So they want you to bring in this restoration and healing. Look at that on the bottom is black. Find righteousness in the dark night. Richness. I'm sorry, not righteousness. Richness. Find richness in the dark night. So you just like using my voice to manipulate the words here, you know what I mean? Oh my God, look, I just split it on calm your mind, body, and soul. Okay. All right, Spirit. Okay. There's a card here. They want, and you can work with colors too. So that's what they want you to work with one of these colors here. What is it that you want them to work with, Spirit? Oh, I guess it's this one, but they just kind of flopped out. Magenta. Connect to your deepest inner knowing. Wow, Spirit. Okay. Connecting to your deepest inner knowing. You know, that's your intuition. It comes right out under intuition here too. You know, in this healing, comfort, and restoration, they had all these keep calm under pressure, be confident in your decisions, and practice your self control is all under this healing. It's all part of this healing. And, you know, and it's, you know, again, you know, and it has like the affinity symbol right above it. And, you know, that, well, sorry, it's number 8, which represents an affinity symbol. That symbol, you know, when they're bringing that symbol up here, you know, they're saying that even if you feel like you've missed something or you've gotten off track and onto the wrong path, you can easily come back on to the path by acknowledging this lesson today. Because they're even saying here, like when I brought up about understanding the lessons, it even came out like synchronicity, divine connection, understanding lessons. Those you need to get back to the basics. I heard. Yeah, I just heard. Yeah, back to the basics. Yeah. Back to the basics. Yeah, back to the basics. It's exactly what they're talking about. Look, because rejuvenate your body, because they're bringing in. Oh my God! Look at number 8. Look at that. See, because they're bringing in. They're bringing in all this physical change, like all the DNA changing and all the awareness that they're trying to bring in here. And they're having me put this here on the throat portal with the truth, courage, and suppression, and the still waters here. And you know, they're also bringing up again about you know, the Merkaba and the rainbow colors. You could be working with these rainbow colors along with the magenta, but you know, this heart, this here has a lot to do with the heart awareness and focus here. Okay, so let's see what they want. There's something here they want me to read. I can't believe that that card has like the triangle, the Merkaba, the circle, the crystal. Oh, okay, I just opened that up to. Oh no, sorry. I was talking about purpose. Okay, where are we? Evolution. Evolution's back here, I think. Evolution number. I keep going to 11. What's going on here? Number 11. You could be seeing a lot of number 11 here. Okay. Trust. Okay. Whether you real. Okay, here we go. So evolution number 1. Trust. Okay. Whether you realize it or not, the universe has a plan and is unfolding exactly as it should in perfect cosmic harmony. Oh my goodness. Because that's what this card was. Look, the bottom of that this deck here was the cosmic foundation number 4. Creates a foundation of love, trust, joy, and compassion, bringing grace and flow to your life. And once you get into that, oh my God, and right underneath it is actually manifesting your beliefs, number 2. Manifesting beliefs. Look at that. Examine your beliefs to see how they may be preventing the positive manifestations you desire. And that's the prosperity that they were talking about. If you're on the right path, the prosperity comes. Okay. So do not be afraid, but accept with trust that whatever is happening around you is perfect. Trust that something beneficial can always come out of challenges if you do your part to respond to the higher vibrations to whatever is happening. That's where they're bringing up about being calm. Okay. Okay, so let go of your familiar sense of fear of what you do not know or understand, and learn to trust that everything is exactly right for your current circumstances. Fear creates doubt in you, while love creates trust. One of your greatest jobs is to eliminate fear and do everything from a place of love. Anytime you feel fear, remember that it is not your natural state. Something is out of balance within you. Whenever you may be afraid of simple points of where you are lacking trust, you must trust that no matter what your experiences are, you are going to be okay and everything is unfolding exactly as it should. And just like in the very beginning, when they brought up about the balance, that something needs to be put, the change is needed because something needs to be put back into balance. Because they were like, I literally heard, Houston, we have a problem. Okay, so the advanced youth here is it's an initiate. So begin to trust in the universe is a form of a sense of trust that you initiate more comfortable and powerful feelings. Everything that they were just talking about in the very beginning here. So they're the evolution number 158. Oh no, sorry, okay. Advanced meaning, initiate, begin something new or begin again with something old. And that's why they brought up the affinity symbol, because if you feel like you've missed it this time around, you'll catch it on the next time. Okay, with that, I'm going to close the reading, and I hope this video finds you well. I hope that you're able to learn something from the lesson and understand what was being taught today. And I want to thank all the energies that come to deliver this message. So thank you all. And I'm going to bid you a good day. And I'm going to send you love and light. And if you've made it this far in the video, if you can hit the like button and the share and subscribe. And I'll see you on the next one. Have a good day.